All right, guys, welcome back. Platinum Pursuit Outdoors, Hunters Helping Hunters. I want to take just a moment and I'm going to go over some of the upgrades that I have made to my Tethrd One Sticks. I purchased these sticks probably within 15 to 20 minutes of them going live on Tethrd's webpage. I believe that was back in March or something like that. But shortly after, I spent some time with them and I did a thorough review on the One Stick. I compared them to my Beast sticks, which I still have and I still love. I compared them to the EWO One Stick, also the Shakar Mini Stick, and I put them all in the tree together. And so I gave a rundown. I personally really like these sticks. The title of that video is Tethrd One Sticks, Next Level Sticks. There's a lot of things that I feel like they're pushing the envelope. And if they could tweak a few things, I feel like these would definitely be the stick to beat. So I'm giving these a fair shake this year during the hunting season. I still have my Beast sticks. I still have my Shakar Mini Stick for one sticking. But these are going to be my go-to sticks. And so here are a few modifications or upgrades, if you would, that I have made to these sticks. First, Tethrd released or shipped out after they had shipped the original sticks. They shipped out these orange pegs right here. The original black stacking pins, they were not very good in my opinion because they were about the same height. The upper ones now, they are shorter, and the bottom ones, they are longer ones. So what that does is now you can set the bottom ones and then just rotate the top up, and you can set them in the stacked position a lot easier. And so if you haven't already, I would recommend you going ahead and just taking out the black pins, or at least putting in the top two orange pins. That makes stacking a lot easier with these. And so on all my sticks, I just went ahead and replaced the black pins with the orange pins. And so that's one thing that you would want to do, definitely. The second thing that I do with all of my gear is I use Stealth Strip on basically all of my hardware. I have Stealth Strip the titanium tube, and then I have put Stealth Strip along this piece right here. If I'm going to add any more Stealth Strip to this stick, it's going to be on the front face of the step right here. I will put it right there. I'm not sure. I'm going to mess around with it some more. But when I'm climbing and I separate this when they're hanging off my hip, I'm pretty sure I can get away without clanking and making a lot of noise here. But if I was to add any more Stealth Strip, it would be right here on the face of the sticks. What I'm going to do is I want to jump inside in the kitchen where I Stealth Strip these, and I'll show you if you haven't seen that or seen Tethrd's YouTube video of them Stealth Stripping the One Stick. So I got that, so it'll take just 30 seconds to a minute. We'll jump in the kitchen there. I'll show you how I put Stealth Stripping on these One Sticks. All right, guys, so we're inside. You're going to have two sections of Stealth Stripping. The top one comes in at 3 7/8, and the tall side will go here. It's not quite perfectly a square, so we're going to put the tall side here, and then the bottom section is 11 7/8. And so that's what's going to go down here at the bottom and fit under there. So anybody that's ever worked with this Stealth Strip knows that it sticks like nobody's business. So I'm just going to take that, try to hold the corners, hold it out so you can get it underneath, and just lay it right on like so. I'm just going to push it around. The good thing about Stealth Strip is this stuff terminates on itself very, very nicely. And so now the larger bottom section is a little bit more tricky, and so we're going to start peeling the backing off. Just peel, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches off the way I'm doing it, like so. Okay, and then from there, I'm simply going to pull back the backing and just press it down on the stick. Like so. Foot pegs and just press it around. There you go. One more thing that I did to try to minimize the noise on the One Stick, besides Stealth Stripping, was I filled one of the tubes with spray foam. And I first saw that off of the guy, I believe from Hunt Urban it was. And so I was like, I'm going to give it a try. Anything to help minimize noise, and a spray foam that's not going to increase the weight. So I filled one of these with foam, and then I tapped the titanium tube on tube with the stealth strips, one with foam, one without. And then I tapped two of them without foam, and really there is no perceptible difference with my ear. And so I'm probably not going to fill these other ones, but I do have foam in one of them. That's something that you can do. Again, I don't think it's going to add any weight, an ounce maybe, but I didn't really notice a perceptible difference, so I kind of held off on filling the other tubes with spray foam. So the third upgrade that I've done was I added these Genesis 3D printing rope tamers, and they're made for the one stick. This model is. It basically clips over the titanium tubing, and then via this bungee cord, you can coil up your rope and then basically wrap that bungee over it and fasten it straight like so. Now I have just released a video, the next video in my playlist. It was basically highlighting company products, companies that are making products for all manufacturing, and I covered Genesis 3D printing and all of their products that I have for Tethrd's line of gear. And so I give a demonstration of how that works on that video, so jump over and check that out. As an option, you can also go with a rope mod. This orange rope Amsteel is actually from the Amsteel guy, and he attaches, I left this on for video's sake, but he attaches this white piece of bungee strap. And so what you do is wrap the rope end over end, and then you would use this bungee strap to just connect to your Dynalock tab or to the edge of your sticks or whatever. So that's another option. Again, it's a rope mod. Now this one's a 7/64, I believe, and it fits into the Dynalock tab all the way down. To me, that's a non-issue, because even though the original ropes were a lot thicker, they don't have to be all the way down in there to be secure. I've messed around with only having the rope wrapped through these tabs twice, and it held perfectly fine. So really what these tabs are designed for is to help that rope from moving, gives it a place to seat itself. And so even though the original, they didn't go all the way in, they still held. There was nothing wrong with them. But this one from the Amsteel guy, it is a 7/64, I believe, but it fits down in there nicely. So that's just an option as well in how you can contain your rope system. Another upgrade is this guy right here. This is a continuous loop aider, and this was designed by the Amsteel guy, and its purpose is to be a fixed aider, so it's always attached. It's not a movable aider, and it was designed specifically for the Tethrd One Stick. And so I'm going to show you how to put that on, or what that looks like when you install it. There's several ways to install this continuous loop aider. Here's your steps. You got the holes. You take each of the loops, continuous loop aider, you take that and you run it through the outside of those holes, just like that. You push the loop through, and then you wrap it over top the ear, and you put pressure on it, like so. So you're basically kind of, in a way, girth hitching it to the peg. Again, run the loop through, and then just kind of wrap it over that ear right there, and you pull it tight. So that is one way that you can install this continuous loop aider. However, I wasn't really happy with that way, because basically if by accident my foot hits this or something, it can come off pretty easily. And again, just by accident, not intentionally. So one way that I have done it, and I like it, is on one side, you're going to run one of your continuous loops through, like so. And then you're going to girth hitch the entire unit through itself like that. And so on this side, it's completely girth hitched, and so that's not going to come off at all. The second side, what we're going to do is we're going to put the loop through like so, put it halfway through, and then pull the loop through itself. I'll try to do a close-up for you. Act like you're girth hitching it through the loop, but then you're going to take the remaining part of the loop and you're going to pull it up over the ear like so. And then when you go to sit on that, it really puts a bind on that last part of the loop, and it's not going to go anywhere. So let me just do that part one more time, just in case there's any question. You'll take the second continuous loop. You're going to feed it through itself like that. Once it comes through, take the loop and kind of girth hitch it through itself. I'll do it slow one more time. Take it, put it through the step like so. Take this part of the loop, act like you're girth hitching it like so, pull it tight, and then take the remaining of the loop and pull it up over that ear and then set it down. And then when you pull that, it really seats that in there, and so you have to be intentional about getting it off like that. Another method that I'm going to use to climb with the Tethrd One Sticks is this guy right here. This is my Nader Swader set that I bought from Backwoods Mobile Gear, I don't know, like 2 years ago, somewhere around there. And so I'll use the Nader Swader. I'm not worried about the repercussions it will have on the bottom of this step. This is aluminum, 60, 67, or whatever it might be, aluminum. And if it puts a ding in it, it puts a little ding in it. It's not going to break it or bend the whole step down. So I'm not worried about that at all, but I will be able to get much higher using my Nader Swader. I've used it with my beast sticks. I used it with my Wild Edge steps, and so I'll use it here too. If I'm hunting in Pennsylvania and I need to get up that extra height, that's what I will use right there. But when I go to Kansas, I really can't get much more than 16 to 18 feet, and so I'll just use these guys, the continuous loop 8ers by the Amsteel guy. And so that's another option or method that I'm going to use to climb with my One Sticks. The last upgrade to my One Sticks is I added this stick mule system from Genesis 3D printing, and I also added this Versa hanger right here, which this Versa hanger is designed to accept any stick that has a Versa button. You basically slide the Versa button into it and it holds your sticks while you're climbing. Since this Dynalock tab won't fit into the receiver of the Versa hanger, you have to get this stick mule system, which is a built-in Versa button. And so when I get to the tree, I'll take my first stick and I'll pop it off. I'll hang it on the tree, and then I'll take the next 2 sticks and I'll slide this one with the stick mule system right into the Versa hanger, and then I'll be able to climb hands-free. When I get to the next position, I'll take my hand, I'll pop that next stick off, I will hang it, and again, I'll be able to climb hands-free. Since the Tethrd One Sticks, since they stack so well and they hold together, you only need 1 stick mule system and 1 Versa hanger to complete that setup. So that was just another little thing that I added that will make climbing with these guys even easier. All right, guys, there you have it. Those are the upgrades that I've done to the Tethrd One Sticks. The first thing is I replaced the black pins with the orange pins that were provided by Tethrd. I stealth stripped the titanium tubing and also the sides of the standoffs. I added the Genesis 3D rope tamer here, which contains the rope. As an option, you could also just upgrade to the rope mods from the Amsteel guy, and I'm sure there's a couple other Amsteel makers out there that make something similar to that. And then I added this continuous loop 8er designed for the One Stick. It's a fixed 8er. And then lastly, I added the stick mule system that runs in conjunction with the Versa hanger. And so all of those are some pretty sweet upgrades. And so if you haven't seen any of these upgrades and you're curious, check them out. If you have any questions that I didn't answer or questions about any of these products I talked about, shoot them down in the comments below and I'll do everything I can to answer that. But until the next time, if you haven't already, like and subscribe. That helps me out. And then if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Thank you for watching.